You gotta be kidding. You gonna give me a ticket?
I'm afraid so, sir. Thank you.
Take a good look at this, fella. It says Los Angeles Police Department detective, right?
Well, I'm John Wintergreen, Stockman Motors. And I have to write you up if you just be patient for 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
You're a joke, fella. I don't know what cracker barrel you crawled out of, but I wish you'd crawl back in it. Now, I'm going back over to L.A., and I'm going to instruct my traffic men to tag every Arizona plate that comes into that state, right? And they're going to give them your badge number and your name. Then all them son of a bitches are going to come back over here and climb your ass. You got that, officer?
Can you sign that, please?
Yeah.
Electra Glide in Blue is a 1973 dramatic thriller film directed by James William Garrico that would find critical acclaim and become known as a 1970s cult classic. In the fictional town of Stockman, Arizona, John Wintergreen, played by Robert Blake, is a motorcycle police officer who cruises the rural highways of Arizona alongside his friend and fellow police officer Zipper Davis, played by Billy Green Bush.
Hey, Big John.
Yeah, Zipper.
Why don't you check out that shopping bag there? See what he's got in there.
You already checked that bag, Zipper.
I know it. Now, that kid is a smartass, and I'm gonna bust him.
I bet you are, Zipper.
That's right.
Although short in height, Wintergreen is an experienced patrolman who often charms people with his quirky but friendly sense of humor.
Hi. Did you know that me and Alan Ladd were exactly the same height? Right down to the quarter inch? Did you know that? It's just something you know? Like sometimes you read a lot and you just remember a little bit. Then there's sometimes you read a little bit and you remember a whole lot. I remember one time I heard somebody say, do you know what was Alan Ladd and William Bendix's first movie? And just like that, I said, The Blue Dahlia. And I never even saw the movie. But I bet $5 and I won it. I like to have a grilled cheese sandwich and a cherry Coke.
One day, Wintergreen arrives at the scene of an apparent suicide with a self-inflicted gunshot blast to the man's chest. He has suspicions that the case is actually a murder and argues with the coroner, played by Royal Dano.
I am the officer in charge here. Now that is my body, and that's my gun, and you keep your hands off of them. You got it?
Who do you think you're talking to?
You listen to me, hatchet artist. You're tampering with evidence. And if you put your finger on one more thing in this room, I'm gonna bust your ass.
Wintergreen's hunch is proven correct after a .22 bullet is found in the victim amongst the shotgun pellets. This impresses Detective Harvey Poole, played by Mitchell Ryan, who makes special arrangements for Wintergreen to be transferred to work alongside him in the Detective Bureau.
When I talk to myself, I'm talking to the whole world, Wintergreen. And right now, the whole world is answering me. Right inside that house are the answers to a murder. But you know where I'm going to find my answers? Right inside here, Wintergreen. Inside here. A man's got to listen to his inner voice. It's a God-given gift. And don't you forget it. Well, let's go on inside and see what's going on. Wintergreen, I want to make you the best damn detective in Arizona.
Despite having aspired to be a homicide detective, Wintergreen finds himself at odds with the rough and harassing ways of Poole. Their partnership becomes even more short-lived when Poole discovers that Wintergreen has been sleeping with Poole's apparent girlfriend, bartender Jolene, played by Jeannie Riley.
John Wintergreen, you were not my first policeman. No way. No way. You weren't supposed to hear that, Harv.
The distasteful workplace politics cause Wintergreen to be quickly demoted and head back to patrolling the highways of Arizona.
Go on, get out of here. Hey, Get a bumper on that thing before you get a ticket, will you?
This film was inspired by an event that occurred on December 28, 1970, in Arizona. Phoenix Police motorcycle officer Albert Blum was shot off his motorcycle and killed by a man firing from the back window of a stolen camper. Another Phoenix motorcycle officer, Dale Stone, died in an accident while responding to the call. The majority of the movie was filmed without government permits because the Arizona State Police did not want to cooperate with the production of a film. The rough cut ran for 3.5 hours. The movie was directed by James William Garrico in his only directorial effort. Actor Nick Nolte has an uncredited role as a hippie in a commune. The film was released about 8 years after the Harley-Davidson Electra Glide motorcycle was first introduced in 1965. Robert Blake disliked the title Electra Glide in Blue and preferred the picture to have been called Chopper Copper. Due to his appearance in this film, Robert Blake got offered the hit ABC television series Beretta. Director James William Garrico was the producer and manager for the popular rock band Chicago. He produced the group's first 11 albums. Several members of the rock group are featured as hippies in the film. The cover for the soundtrack album consists of one large picture showing 7 tall highway patrolmen standing in a line and a short one, Robert Blake, in the middle. The exact same picture is seen hanging on the wall of the office of Captain Frank Furillo on the hit NBC television series Hill Street Blues. This movie was selected to screen in competition at the Cannes Film Festival in 1973, where it was generally disliked by the film critics there who thought of it as being a fascist film. Nonetheless, many critics gave it praise. Released into theaters, it grossed $1.6 million. Robert Blake would receive a Golden Globe nomination for his role as John Wintergreen. As the years passed after the release of this film, it became more and more of a cult classic. The movie was released about 4 years after the 1969 film Easy Rider. That movie featured 2 hippies crossing America on motorcycles. This film is considered by some to be a motorcycle cop version of Easy Rider. This movie was on television a lot when I was a kid back in the 1990s, and it is an entertaining early 1970s film. There were a string of dramatic police films in the early 1970s that I find to be very effective. In fact, in 1973 alone, you had Electra Glide in Blue, Magnum Force, Badge 373, Serpico, among many, many others. I should also note, I'm not sure I have ever heard a cooler title for a film than this movie. I recommend the 1973 dramatic action police film, Electra Glide in Blue.